Hi there. We're road tripping. We're currently in Yuma, Arizona, stuck at a Tesla supercharger.
We only have 10 minutes left until we're fully charged and can move, though.
Sweet. So we're passing the time by recording some videos. So we're on our way home from Austin, Texas to San Diego, which is we're like 200 miles out or so. We're at the New Media Summit. That is Steve Olsher's event, and it's held about 3 times a year, kind of cycles around the country a little bit. But the big thing, the big takeaway, the big idea, I guess, of that whole thing and this video is to leverage the concept of podcast, which is absolutely exploding. We obviously have one, the Hustle and Flowchart podcast, but a big takeaway was getting on other people's shows to use that as your lead generation source, new traffic source, and all that. In a previous video, we either it's posted or not yet, but either way, we have a podcast coming out very soon with Steve Olsher that explains his $1,000 funnel. So we're not going to explain that here, but it's very cool. Look it up on either one of those two things there. I was just mentioning, but the big thing is getting on other people's shows, and there's a ton of ways of doing that. What's your first idea?
Well, number one, go to this damn New Media Summit. So this event that we were just at, the New Media Summit, the whole concept behind this event is they have what's called icons of influence. Joe and I were selected to be icons of influence. These are people with podcasts that have a large following. Mm-hmm. And when you go to this event, there's 40 of these icons of influence at this event. 40 people that all have large followings and large podcasts. And you get the opportunity to walk up to a mic in the center of the room and essentially pitch all of the podcasters there about being on the podcast. And by going to the New Media Summit, you're essentially guaranteed to get booked on at least one podcast. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure everybody there got booked on at least 5.
Dude, the concept of the New Media Summit is amazing, and the fact that and Steve does do it right. It's just like everybody's meeting each other. It doesn't matter who you are, if you're an icon or if you're an attendee. The level of person there is all high caliber. Yeah. And not only are the people high caliber in terms of what they are experts in or the money they're making or the reach they have, they're all giving away, they're all very generous. Yeah. They're all very willing to help each other or to introduce you to someone new. So not just pitch a New Media Summit here, but definitely check it out if you're interested in either getting more guests on your podcast or getting on other people's shows.
Definitely.
But yeah.
I was just going to say, so some other tips outside of the New Media Summit, since that may not be super helpful if you're seeing this right when the New Media Summit just ended. Right. So some other tips for getting actually on people's podcasts. Here's one thing you probably don't realize is a lot of podcasters, they love getting they love discovering new people and getting more guests on their show and having interesting stories. But it is about storytelling and about having something actionable you can give to the audience, right? So let's just say, for example, you were to email us and you want to be on our podcast. What we want to know from you is, what is your story? Like, what makes you interesting? What makes you, what gives you that different perspective on business than what we get from anybody else? Like, what is your story behind what you do? That's number one. Number two is, what actionable advice can you provide for our audience? Because we're very protective of our audience. We want to make sure every time we put out a podcast episode that the audience is getting an actionable takeaway, that after listening it, their lives are better off, they know something new they can go do. So we need to know your story, and we need to know what can you do for our audience. And anybody who ever sends us an email that pitches us like, hey, my name is so-and-so, I run X company, I've made $1 million a year, and I'm really cool, and you should have me on your podcast, pretty much those emails are going to get deleted. Yeah. Patty, the person who is essentially our gatekeeper who gets all those emails, she's instructed not even to send those kinds of emails to us. However, if you gave us a good story, you mentioned that you listen to our podcast and you're a fan of our stuff, that's also a big plus. We have egos just like anybody else, and we want to hear that you like our show. No, we don't. Well, Joe doesn't have an ego at all, but I have a huge ego, so I have enough for both of us. And then and then tell us what action items you're going to give our audience, and
now turn left onto North Madison.
We're getting some directions from the Tesla right now as we're making this video. But anyway, that's my advice. Give us a story. Tell us, let us know what you like about our show and why you think our show is a good fit for you, and give us some actionable advice that you're going to share with our audience. And you have a 90% better chance of being on our show than if you didn't provide those things.
If you're getting on other people's shows, not other people's shows, so that's good advice for pitching. And each podcast has a different thing that they're looking for. Us, we want stuff that's actionable like that. Some people just want straight up storytelling. So figure out like your niche and pair it up, match the audience as best as possible. And you know, a takeaway from this event too is that you get people of all walks of life, and we actually were going into it thinking that we weren't going to book too many people, but we ended up actually wanting to book like almost half the room.
We booked a lot of people on our show
because of the caliber of people. But so when you're going out there thinking about reaching out to podcasts to be on podcasts, don't feel like you have to stay pigeonholed within your niche specifically. You could do that, you know, obviously use your network as best as possible and provide value, give them actionable things like Matt was saying, but feel free to even expand outside a little bit, sideways, sidestep, but then relate what you're an expert in to their audience. So it's all about crafting that message, doing the research, and then, you know, giving them a good reason why you should get on their show. Maybe you're really good at promoting too, you know, so always promoting, offering to promote their show to whatever marketing channel you can. That's almost like the no-brainer way. Really, in our show, there's probably been like 2 people ever that have come up front and said like, hey, we'll actually promote the heck out of the show once we get on it. Like, that's rare, and if you just do that, you're probably going to get their attention.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
It's very easy to do it. Just, yeah, exactly what Matt said. Pair it up with some good research. Feel free to expand your horizons a little bit.
And I like what you said. That's something I forgot. Offer to promote the damn show.
Yeah.
Podcasters love to hear that you're going to put it in front of your audience as well. And, you know, if we're going to go out of our way to put you on our platform and we're going to go out of our way to share your message with our following, the only thing that we really ask in return is, cool, now go share it on your social media. Let other people know, like, I'm being talked about on another platform, or I'm being talked about on a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, offer to make that share, and that's going to be a big plus as well.
So that's it. Go out there and send some emails, start some conversations, get on shows. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
What's up, guys? I hope you enjoyed that quick tip video you just watched. You want more videos like that and cool stuff from me and this weirdo over here? Go to theweeklyprofit.com. It's a weekly newsletter. We only send it out once a week, and we give you updates on what's on the blog and the new podcast episodes, and we send out more quick tips like that.
Yeah.
So if you like this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
theweeklyprofit.com will send you some cool stuff. He'll send you some stuff too.
I've seen cooler stuff.
No, my stuff's cooler. Anyway, theweeklyprofit.com. Go check that out. See ya.